Yo, what up? Welcome back to the world's most inconsistent and incoherent and intolerable podcast. Yes, that's right. It's the one, the only, the shittiest, culturally inappropriate podcast. I'm your host, DJ Fodera, aka Midnight McConan, aka the champion of the Elder Scrolls, aka Blackton America with 3Ks. I don't know. Those are just names I made up on the fly. I'm very shitty at that. Um, yeah, so welcome back to another week of this bullshit. Thank you to all the people that are tuned in on SoundCloud, iTunes, and now Google Play. Round of applause. Even though I'm not editing that shit in, I would love to. I would love to have the production team to just put like sound effects in whenever I want. But I'm editing this shit myself, and I know damn well that I am too lazy I'm too lazy to edit all this shit. So I'm not gonna do it. I barely edit it now. Like all the little pauses and shit that I do that you guys don't hear, or you used to hear, but you don't hear anymore. I edit that shit out, and it's very difficult and it's taxing. And I don't want to do that. I wish I had a team. I wish I had a production team. I can't wait till I go full blown Hollywood to where as though I can have a production team and be like, yo, nigga, all you do is edit my vocals, son. I am the true art and the genius here. So get this shit right. Make me sound like a motherfucking god, or I will have you eating out of a fucking cardboard box somewhere, okay? Fuck around with the fuck around and you get fucked with, okay? Fuck, nigga. Oh, way to start off a podcast. But yeah, let's start off. Shout out to Drizzy Drake, Aubrey Graham, the Sixth God, because excuse me, I've been blowing on that chronic a little bit. I've been dabbing in the dab. if you if you dig what I'm saying, it's like nah. Let me not say that. I probably shouldn't be coughing directly into the mic because that's like bad manners or something, or at the very least, it's like bad radio etiquette. Yeah, that's the word. It's bad radio etiquette. And I don't think I should be doing that if I plan to have a job in radio. But fuck it, the people like the natural shit. They like the real shit. They like that raw shit, okay? We always say, like, it's best to go raw, okay? So that's what I'm giving y'all. I'm giving y'all that raw, fully erect shit, okay? I'm not giving you no halfway. I'm not giving you a semi. I'm giving you that full erect shit all the way down your ear canals, okay? Okay, so pay attention, motherfuckers. But yeah, shout out to Drake. His Views album. Well, I am not fond of what he's doing on it per se. I still like it, but it's just like a bit like disappointing to get from him. Is going on to do Amelia first week, and there's gonna be some people saying like, oh no, he did Amelia across the world, he didn't do Amelia in America, so it technically don't count, because if it's not done in America it doesn't count, and that's what we normally go by, so he didn't really do Amelia. Listen, motherfucker, okay, with the sales plus streaming in America, maybe he did do over Amelia, maybe just overseas and shit like he did Amelia too, and now he can say I did 2 million in a week. But why the fuck you always gotta come and break shit and like fucking tear shit down, like be like, oh well, actually he really didn't do. So the fuck what, okay? Let's just believe, okay? Michael Jackson, they're saying like he sold 50 million. Now I'm sure it's not exactly 50 million. It may be like 49 and something, but it might be so close to be like, yeah, damn it, let's just say he did 50 million of the Thriller album or Off the Wall. I don't know, one of those joints. But you don't see me Googling like the facts and shit to come out with a mad action and be like, actually, it was actually this. So technically this. No, just enjoy it, okay? So, because we know that he's going to put that. Drake already has like a fucking time and place freestyle, like a 7 p.m. in Detroit or a 11 a.m. in Zimbabwe freestyle ready to go, and he's gonna be like, Amelia my first week and they still doubted me, or something like that. And we know he's gonna use that line, so don't try to tear that shit down. It's gonna sound flames because he's gonna say it in a freestyle where he's being very lyrical, like how everybody wanted him to be on Views, okay? Also, another shout out to Drake. Shout out to you for allowing your team. Shout out to you for having the worst fucking team. Like, you have a great team, but at the same time, you have a terrible team. Like, more reference tracks or some shit for you leak, like Party Next Door unreleased music is getting leaked. Come on, nigga, you need to change your passwords over there on all the computers from OVO 666. Okay, we know that's the password. We know you're in the sixes. We know you're in the OVO. It doesn't take a genius to find this shit out. You need to make your password a little harder to predict. Make it like number one Meek fan 35 or something like that. Or like something like Omika 79 or some other bullshit. Like, change your passwords over there, cause y'all getting hacked left and right, and niggas is dropping alleged reference tracks for your songs, and you act like you don't care. You like, it is what it is. No, motherfucker, it's not what it is. Cause let me explain something to you. You know how hard that makes. You know how hard it is for me to be a fan of your shit. Okay, you're making it very difficult. Cause I try to be like, oh, Drake is a good lyricist because this, because that. He's a top rapper, even though he's doing some pop bullshit right now. And the niggas be like, no, well, he got reference tracks, so we don't know like what. And Quentin Miller wrote all this shit, and we don't know like if he can be a rapper, like who was writing for him back then, if Quentin was writing for him now. And now he kind of showed us that by, instead of going rapidy rap, he went the whole sing-songy, I'ma be Taylor Swift and all this shit. And now let me explain something to you niggas about what a reference track is. Okay, I might be going off on a tangent, but fuck it, let me cook. Okay, Guy Fieri, what did they let him cook, right? He constantly putting like sauces and shits together, and maybe they don't taste good, but they let him cook. Okay, so let me cook. This is my kitchen, and I'm Guy Fieri. Now let me explain to you inept and ignoramuses what a fucking reference track is. Okay, a reference track is just someone like saying, we don't necessarily, they didn't write those lyrics, but they're saying it in a way that sounds better, and then they let the artists say like their version. Drake very much well could have wrote those lyrics, and all those people did was like do it so that he could catch the flow. Cause 40 has said time and time again, Drake has a hard time catching flows. He can't catch a flow to a beat. Drake does not know how to catch flows right. And that's cool and all. Cause some rappers, they don't know how to catch a flow. I don't know if you've heard Illmatic, but it doesn't sound like Nas is going with the flow of that. The music, really, it sounds like he's going to the tune of his own beat. Big Sean does that a lot. He never is on beat with his shit, but he doesn't give a fuck. Okay, we let him cook. So and to add to that, just because he has like a bunch of writing credits on like on a song doesn't necessarily mean they wrote it. They could have been like, oh, why don't you say a instead of the, or some other bullshit, and boom, that's a writing credit right there. Are y'all saying, oh, he got 82 writers on a freaking album, that mean he not a writer? First of all, samples, this is where we getting into mad facts. Okay, this is where the true OVO nigga comes out of me. Samples and shit, they get writing facts. They get writing credits. Producers and shit, because he be having mad producers on his shit, they get writing credits as well for whatever reason. So with all of that added up, it's really only like 2 or 3 writers on there, for real, like real writers, like people who actually maybe wrote those bars. Okay, but niggas don't want to look at that. They want to look at, oh, this nigga don't know how to write. Niggas don't like to look at shit no more. Okay, and that's the mad actually for all you niggas be like, oh yeah, Drake not a rapper. Okay, and I don't one of you dare call me like, oh, you're dick riding because you're presenting facts and shit. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm just trying to inform my fellow brethren on the ways that music is, and you don't want to listen to it, so you call me a dick rider. So if you call me that on Twitter, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna track your IP. Send some shit to your crib, track your keystrokes and shit, and I'm gonna hack into your credit card, and I'm gonna have mad dildos and shit sent to your house, and you're gonna be looking wild crazy if you got a wife or kids or something. You got mad dildos and all this porn shit coming to your crib, and I might just send the bomb. Maybe no, let me not say that. I ain't with that. I'm gonna send mad dildos and shit to your crib, and you're like, damn, who the fuck is doing it? I'm gonna fuck your credit up, and then that's what you get for calling me a dick rider on fucking Twitter or Instagram. Don't call me that shit. I'm not cool with that. That's not cool, man. I will really fuck your shit up. And then you're going to be like, damn, I shouldn't have called that dude that. No, you shouldn't have. So play with me. I ain't got shit to do. You're going to be like, man, you doing too much. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm not doing too much. I'm doing the exact amount that I have to do in order to get my point across. That's what you got to do. In order to get something to stand, you got to get your point across by any means. By any means necessary, you get your point across. whether that's taking a stand or whether it's filing a lawsuit. Like I feel as though like last week I talked pretty highly about lawsuits and shit, and now like I'm seeing a whole bunch of lawsuits come out, and it seems like I'm influencing a lot. Maybe I don't have a lot of listeners on this, but I think I have one key listener, and you know who that listener is? It might be God, because everything that I speak about suddenly, boom, it gets boosted in the news and all this other shit. Like some bitch is suing Starbucks for putting too much ice in her iced coffee. You know, that's wild, insane. But you know, she took a stand. She's like, yo, stop putting so much ice in my iced coffee, or I'm gonna sue the shit out of y'all. You know what? She did. And she's about to take Starbucks for all their money, because niggas love to give niggas money for suing for dumb shit. You know, I'm about to do the same thing, okay? I got a lot of gripes with a lot of things, and I'm very petty, and I'm very meticulous, and I can get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to like lawsuits and shit, because I think like a lawyer, okay? I will be like, yo, this should be like this, and this should be like this, and if it doesn't directly state that this does this, and it does this, then, you know, I'll get sued. And I say all that to say this, okay? Don't fuck around with me, okay? I will sue the shit out of you. I'm about to sue PlayStation, you know, because they did an update, and no, my Apple headphones, they don't work with it. I can't curse somebody out online or like talk to my people in the party chat because you guys want to update and not be compatible with the Apple headphones. So now I have to go out and buy a mic. No, that's you forcing me in order to buy a mic that works compatibly with your fucking PlayStation accessories. I don't want to have to do that. You guys already had a perfectly good thing that you guys had set up, and you went and fucked it up. I should sue the shit out of y'all for forcing me to go and buy new headphones, because that's exactly what I did. I had to go in my pocket. You guys should at the very least be like, yo, we're gonna send you all out a new free pair of headphones. Y'all got the money to do that. It wouldn't be shit to y'all. Y'all already give out these piece of shit headphones when we buy the PS4s anyway, so y'all could send them out, you know. But you don't see me like doing that, you know. I listen, I might just sue somebody, or I could sue like Dark Souls 3. You know, that game is mad difficult, and that shit is stupid in like so many aspects, and I feel like breaking my controller all the time. And if I do break my controller due to that game, just know Dark Souls 3 company, whoever, Ubisoft or whatever, fucking EA, I'm gonna sue the shit out of you guys for making that game so hard and difficult. Like, it should come with a warning, like, this game, like, you know how a game be like, yo, this game could cause seizures, you know, this game could cause brain aneurysms, this game could raise your stress level, this game is very difficult and should not be played if you have a high tendency for anger issues, okay? You should have warnings like that on there, but you don't, and I'm gonna sue you guys back to the fucking Stone Age, and then you're gonna have to put that shit there. You think I won't? Play with me. I just quit my job. I'm looking for an easy come up. Play those games with me. Think I'm joking. I am 100% serious, okay? You know, and it's people like this, people like me, abusing the system, okay? There's people like me abusing the system that's fucking it up, you know? And I'm sorry to say, like, we have to have these extremes to show us, like, yo, we can't conform to, like, idiots and they're, like, idiocracy. We can't let them get away with dumb shit, because if we do, then that makes us as dumb as them. Like, somebody, I mean, this necessarily isn't dumb, but, you know, someone's allegedly suing 50 Cent for $10,000 because he clowned some mentally disabled, that's the PC word to say, right? Some disabled kid was working at an airport for whatever reason. He was clowning on him on Instagram. You know, he thought he was high. Turns out this nigga's dyslexic or some shit like that. And now they're like, yo, he can't get a job because niggas know gonna think that he was high. Listen, motherfucker, you guys should be thanking 50 Cent. That kid is set for life, okay? Because they seen the backlash that 50 Cent got for clowning a retarded kid. I'm not retarded. That's a problematic word. Sorry. Forgive me, PC culture. I meant a disabled person. And they're going to be like, yo, if we don't hire him, they could try to sue us because of discrimination and shit. So he can get a job wherever he wants. He could be a fucking doctor if he wanted to. And niggas would have to let him cook. You know why? Because people are afraid of him now. People are fearful. So you should be thanking 50 Cent, not suing him for $1 million. This nigga is going through a lawsuit and he just filed for bankruptcy. You think he needs you blowing up his spot like that? You think he's gonna pay y'all niggas? He has to pay $10 million to someone else right now, and he's trying to get that shit cut down to like $10. Okay, he's not paying them shit when he was dead wrong in that situation, and he damn sure ain't paying y'all when he's not really. He was just making a joke. Yeah, he apologized, but that was fake as shit because it's not really what he meant, because he knew what he meant when he made the jokes. So I don't think you stop making people conform to your way of living. Okay. That's not how things go. This is a very rant-fueled episode. This is like a very passionate episode. But fuck it. That's what we do over here, okay? These are first world problems, my nigga, okay? You understand me? First world problems, my G, okay? Fuck around with the fuck around, and you get fucked up. Okay? Speaking of first world problems, so some guy is being arrested for, on child abuse charges because he posted a video of himself boxing out his son on Facebook because he was being disobedient. He did something, got in trouble, and like he boxed his son out. Like they both had on gloves, and he was like beating the shit out of his son. I mean, that's a unconventional way of like teaching your kid what to do and what not to do. Like discipline. That is a hard word to say. Disciplining them. And you know what I have to say about that? Maybe you can do that, but you know, don't share it on Facebook. Stop trying to go viral with like what you stop bullying your kids to go viral. Like you guys say, oh, I'm gonna shave my kid's head, post it on Facebook, laugh at them, and be like, now all your friends see you dumbass dickhead. Next time, be more respectful, or you gonna burn a PS4 or Xbox, and then put on Facebook them crying so that they get clowned and shit. Y'all think y'all being unconventional and y'all teaching y'all kids like lessons and shit. No, you guys are embarrassing them and you're making them hate you, and that's a form of bullying. And in this new society that we live in, bullying is not okay. But the things that y'all doing, I think it does constitute a child abuse, because you're not really like doing anything for a lesson. You're doing shit just to get viral. At this point, you're just, people are doing mad shit to get viral and sharing so much shit. Like, that's not something you want to share with the world. Yeah, maybe you shave your kid's head, but you don't post that shit on Facebook. God forbid that shit gets picked up on World Star. That nigga is fucked for life. Like, people is going to be like, damn, you was on World Star, bro. People all over the world seeing you getting your hair shaved and crying like a little bitch because you got an F on your math test, dog. Like, damn, it sucks to be you. Ain't no bitch going to want you. Ain't nobody going to want to fuck with you because you look like a whole bitch, bro. And then you got the kid hating you for the rest of your life, all because you thought you was being a funny guy posting a video of your unconventional parenting ways on Facebook, when in actuality you're bullying the shit out of your child, and you're going to turn them into an angry rage monster when they get older, and they're going to transpire that hate, that rage and hate, probably onto their new spouse, probably onto their children, and it's going to continue the cycle of fucked up relationships between families. And you know, you think you're doing a good job. We need to stop this oversharing on social media, okay? People are sharing way too much. Like, some bitch got into a car accident, and she was like, oh my God. Because she was trying to Snapchat her shit, she got into a car accident. And then after getting into a car accident with her neck freshly in the brace, not even in the ambulance yet, she posts on Snapchat, blessed to be alive, with a picture of her bleeding out in her forehead. Listen, you should have learned when you crashed into a car going 130 miles per hour. You should have learned when you went flying through that windshield and seen your life flash before your eyes. You should have learned when God said, you know what, I'm not going to take you yet, but this is a teaching lesson, so get in this ambulance car. But you didn't, and you're still posting shit on Snapchat like, oh my God, I'm so blessed to be alive. This is a tragedy. I wish this never would have happened. Snapchat, why you got that speed filter on there? You shouldn't have forced me to go all fast and shit. No, you shouldn't have shared that shit on social media. It's not shit that you share, okay? We need to stop this. Like, you guys are so obsessed with like other people knowing what you're doing. Like, we got Usher out here exposing himself and shit. Like, oh, look at my new haircut, but also my dick is in the picture and shit. Like, what the fuck type shit is that? I was like, he on fucking Snapchat being a fucking Instagram model. Like, dog, you don't have to do that. Just off the strength that you're Usher. If you want it, you could call up. But like, if you want, what the? I'm just confused in that. Like, dog, what is you doing this for? What are you trying to get people to, like, fawn over you or some shit? Like, why are you tweeting out pics of you in a shower or whatever with your whole dick out, trying to cover it up, but not really covering up? Like, And for people who be like, yo, I just post shit on Snapchat, I don't really look at it. First of all, Snapchat makes you look at whatever you post before you post it. And then, like, while you're putting the caption and shit on it, you have to be looking at it. So you have to see how dumb you look. Like, you taking a dick pic and then you putting it all on Snapchat, your Snapchat story for all your followers to see. Like, you don't look at it and be like, damn, maybe I shouldn't do this. There isn't something in your head telling you, yo, this isn't something I want to share. And then, you just go ahead and do it. You wonder why, like, certain shit happens to you. Like, chicks that be posting, like, the inside of their vaginal walls be like, yo, check out my couch. But really, it's, like, the inside of their vaginal wall showing their uterus and shit. And they're like, yo, don't post no thirsty comments on here. But, you're on Instagram with your fucking big-ass areolas out, showing your titties and shit. You talking about don't comment, no disrespectful shit. Just saying, like, yo, you got a nice set of perky titties and your nipples as long as shit isn't disrespectful. I'm just making a comment on what I see, okay? You can't post, like, your whole spread open asshole on the gram and then get mad when somebody say, damn, you got a nice asshole. Like, what are you expecting? What do you want them to say? Like, oh, I like the begonias that you got in the background. Like, I see how you neatly placed it there because you wanted people to pay attention more to that, but wanted to see, like, if they were going to get distracted by the feminine form because, like, men are misogynist pigs, and people be, like, flipping shit to fit their fucking agenda so much. Like, you'd be like, yo, you're a misogynistic piece of shit because you didn't notice the begonias that I was clearly trying to put there. I only put my titties up as a way to see if you would be distracted or if you would see the reality in it, and that's some fucked up bullshit, man. How the fuck, what, like, are you really dead serious about that? Like, do you honestly wholeheartedly believe that, or did you just post, like, some whatever the fuck? Did you post whatever the fuck you posted just for the, like, reactions and shit? Okay, stop doing shit and expecting, like, people to react to it and being like, yo, it's cool and all. And I don't know where I was going with it. I really just lost my train of thought right now. Forgive me, Father, for I am just shitty at what I do. I was going off and I honestly just forgot all what I was talking about. But moral of the story is, people, please stop sharing everything on social media. Yes, that's what it was made for, like, to share your life with other people, but it's not, you don't really need, like, to share everything. Like, if you're going through some shit, keep that between you. If your grandparents and shit is, like, dumb, sad, and alone, don't post that shit on social media. Like, what are you trying to do? Get Facebook likes? What do you think? Like, you want a bunch of niggas from the internet to come and see your grandparents and shit? It was a time back in the day when, like, the internet was a weird and mysterious place and you didn't know much about it, and it's still that today, but people act as if, like, they have some type of insight on the internet to where as though they know about it, but we really don't. And we need to change that I forget the word, but we need to change, like, our viewpoint from being that. We need to stop sharing shit on social media so much. Yeah, oversharing is bad. And in the worst segue, so how I was talking about, like, whatever I put out into the ether just constantly gets big. Last week I said we don't need Jay-Z to do a response album. Like, he's gonna jump out the window and do a response album to Beyonce. Like, people stop saying he cheated because we don't need that. We don't want to hear Jay go from rapping about losing 92 bricks to rapping about how he fucked 92 chicks and he wants Beyonce back. First of all, so he announced that sources announced that he has a response planned for Beyonce's Lemonade. And the jig is looking kind of high. The jig looks like it's in a space shuttle going way, way, way up. Okay, so you guys either are, now people say, like, oh, they're putting their shit and emotion into their art. Like, this is just their way of expressing themselves. Let me explain something to you. Beyonce and Jay-Z are on a whole another level of lifestyle. Like, I'm sure, 100% sure, that they are able to talk amongst themselves about, like, their marital issues and shit. So I don't really believe that they're going. I honestly don't think that they're going through any type of shit. I don't believe that he's cheating on her. Like, I know I said, like, maybe he hired prostitution shit back, but I don't think he's cheating on her, because the way these people love to share shit on social media, somebody would have been said something. Someone would have been, like, dry snitched on themselves. No one in their right mind could keep, like, to be with the nigga that's with Beyonce, any bitch would lose their mind. Unless he's fucking a dude, there is no one on earth that would cheat on Jay-Z, that would cheat on Beyonce. Okay? Like, no woman in the world would dare do that. I honestly wholeheartedly believe that. And Jay-Z, listen, I hope you hear this. Don't do it, bro. Do not do this. There's no reason for you to do a response to Lemonade, okay? It is a masterful album. We don't need to hear your side of the story. If there is a your side of the story, we do not need a continuation of this relationship, marital drama bullshit. You didn't do a response to Beyonce when she was like rapping, when she was singing about how she doesn't feel attractive because she just had a baby, but she's fucking you all over the place in order to gain her confidence back. You didn't do a response to that. So it's no need for you to do a response now, okay? We don't need one, and you don't need to say anything because, first of all, you didn't do anything wrong. As far as we know, you did nothing wrong. So just don't do that. Please don't. It's very unnecessary, and we don't need it to happen, okay? Other things that we don't need to happen is people, terrible segue. This episode is just all over the place. Going back to my thing about people oversharing and shit, I see a lot of like shit about how Prince died and shit. Like, why can't it be just like, oh, Prince died? We really don't need to know how he died, but just let the mystery be there. Like, people like, oh, he was on drugs, he was a fucking addict and shit. I'm like, damn, dog, like, all this shit is coming out now. If y'all knew he was an addict then, why didn't y'all stop him? Like, aren't y'all kind of responsible and shit? If you know someone's a drug addict, isn't that kind of like you being responsible? I mean, you're saying, oh, he took all these drugs, that's why he died. But you gave him the drugs, bro. You gave him the drugs. You allowed him to kill himself. Aren't you equally responsible? Why didn't you stop him? It's not like it's Michael Jackson. It's Prince. Like, not saying he's not a great, but he's not like to where you can't be like, yo, do you think you should be taking these pills? I'm not giving you these pills. Bro, you need help. You need to stop what you're doing and reevaluate yourself. But people don't do that. But now that he's dead, you can be like, damn, I wish I would have told him to stop doing Xannies at 6 a.m. and then Adderalls at 6:15, and then what's another pill that people take? Molly, and then Molly at 6:17. It was I should have told him, but I didn't, and I feel fucked up, man. I wish I could have helped. You could have helped, but you didn't. And if you really wanted to, you would have, but you truly didn't. So stop lying, okay? It's very unnecessary. Shout out to all the people who are on way harder drugs. Like, shout out to the people who are overdosing on heroin and crack and still not dying. I think that is a miracle. Like DMX, he died. Like, he was dead for a couple minutes and doctors revived him. Like, he's doing crack and they could bring him back. And like Prince, he's downing Tylenols and Advil PMs and he dies and they can't bring him back. That's mad fucked up. Like, that nigga, DMX needs to look at himself and be like, damn, I'm blessed. Like, Charlie Sheen does coke and all this other shit and he has AIDS and shit, but he's still alive. And, people are dying from just overdosing on Tylenol. It makes you look at things like, whoa, like, shit is crazy out here. The hardest drug out isn't even killing you. Crack and heroin, So these Jones isn't not looking so bad. We need somebody to die from crack. We need somebody to Lamar Odom. He almost died from fucking overdosing on crack and prostitutes, but he didn't. He's alive. He's at basketball games and shit. We need someone to die off crack to show us like, yo, I think it's like an agenda pushed by pharmaceutical companies to be like, yo, don't use these pharmaceuticals because look at what happened to this person, look what happened to that person. And then you see like someone doing crack or like doing a shit ton of weed and they're fine and alive. You're like, maybe this shit isn't so bad. It might be a ploy by somebody to do something. I don't know yet. I'm not exactly 100% sure. My mind isn't really awake because it's mad early in the morning. But you know what? Yeah, it's a blessing if you're doing crack. Shout out to anyone that's doing crack right now and is like stable and not ODing somewhere. Shout out to you. You definitely made it because Mike didn't. Neither did Prince, nor Whitney Houston. yeah, we're at the end of the episode. I wanted to do a special shout out to Soldier Boy. He recently signed a $400 million contract, allegedly. I mean, he says that. I don't know what he does. His music is subpar, but shout out to him. I want to be one of the great. I'm going to be like that. That is my goal, to just have mad money and niggas be wondering like, yo, you are wild corny. Where the fuck are you getting your money from? That is my goal. And since whatever I put out in the ether on this podcast comes true, next week I will get discovered and I will be on Oprah or like some other fancy prestigious shit, and I will be getting mad exposure, either for something good or for like a hot take that I said that didn't come across well to people. So, we'll see what happens. But that's the end of this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I don't know why. Thank you. I'm sorry for the first probably like 15 minutes of this shit. I was just going off on a tangent. Don't call me a dick rider. I will have mad dildos and like child slaves into your house, and the cops will be there as well. Play with me if you want. I have that time. I'm no longer at a job. This was the Culturally Inappropriate Podcast. I'm DJ Fodero. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play, man. And I'm out. Bye.